So Alex, our comeback season, if you like, is really getting into full swing now, and we started really strongly with Gaslight. Audiences had some really great feedback about Gaslight, so hard act to follow?
Yeah, definitely. Gaslight was a brilliant show. Everybody involved did so well, and they've really challenged themselves and put in excellent performances to get the season going. It's really set a standard for us that everybody following it needs to live up to and try and better as well, and that's something that we're going to look to do with The Stranger, but it's not going to be easy.
Now, The Stranger is an Agatha Christie play, of course, but not as well known as some of her other work. Director Billy Towers has put his own twist on it by moving the story into the swinging 60s. Do you feel the audience will still get the expected Agatha Christie experience from this play?
Yeah, yeah, they will, because it might not be your standard Agatha Christie large ensemble cast that you would expect from And Then There Were None or Murder on the Orient Express, but the script and story are very much Agatha Christie. They're very much a psychological crime thriller, and that's not taken away by moving it into the 60s. What moving it into the 60s does basically allows us to just add a little bit of an extra flavour to it with the other production elements and sort of move away from what people would expect with an Agatha Christie, but still maintain the heart of it and just have a little bit more fun with it by moving it elsewhere from what you would actually expect.
You're playing Gerald in The Stranger. Who is Gerald, and what challenges has playing the role brought?
Well, I don't want to give too much away, obviously. I want people to still, have a bit of mystery about coming to see it. But Gerald is very integral to the story, shall we say. And he's a very complex character, a very well-written character as well, which is a challenge in itself, because when a character is so well-written and so complex and so already developed when it's on the page, you need to try and sort of bring all of that to life, and that's a challenge in itself. But working with everyone and working with Bill, I do feel that it's coming towards the point now where it's going to work and people are going to see what we all want from Gerald on stage, and hopefully it has the desired effect.
And how are the rehearsals going for you and the cast in general?
Well, really well. They are intense, they're tough. You don't get as much time as you remember having pre-pandemic. It's doing a show in 5.5 to 6 weeks is tough when you're going straight from read through to opening night in that time, but it's been fun. It's been good to be back in the rehearsal room. I mean, Billy is the director that I've worked with the most during my time at the theatre, and he always manages to get the best out of us, which is always good, those conversations that we're able to have. And having the cast around us that I do have, that's been really great as well. I work a lot with Abby while I'm on stage, who's playing Enid, and we've always worked together quite well, apart from always being able to find something to laugh at with each other in the rehearsal room, but that helps us get through what is, some darker subject matters within it, being able to have that laugh. And the rest of the cast are the same. Everyone's seems to be really enjoying it, and the performances that they're all putting in have been brilliant. Jacob Hughes is a tour de force when he's on it. He's great to watch, and everybody else is doing their jobs fantastically. Beth, Muriel, Nikki, they're all doing exactly what they need to do to make the story and the show work perfectly, and it's a really strong cast, and we've all been challenged by what we're doing in this, but we've all worked really well together, and we've all worked really well with Bill. He's worked really well with us, got the best out of everyone, and it's going to result in a really good show at the end of it.
And finally, why do you think audiences should come and see the Agatha Christie's The Stranger here at the Royal Theatre?
Well, because people should support their local theatre, and our tickets are cheap. But in all seriousness, people should come and see the show because it's going to be a good show. You know, from start to finish, in terms of what's in the script, the story itself, to the way that Billy's twisted it and put his own spin on it and directed us in the way that he has, to the performances that everyone's putting in, all the production elements around it that really round off the show into a really good evening of theatre. And who doesn't want a good evening of theatre? So that's why.